rice cooker, you know, cooking rice is not as easy as it looks, as it seems. And a lot of people are like, okay, that's where things go wrong. This is a 2.5 cup bento style rice cooker. We have 2 color choices. I have it available in black and red. And there is a universal rule of rice cooking.
Which is?
1 to 1?
Jet Tila should do it for you, or get this one. Yeah, 1 to 1. You're absolutely right. That's a universal rule.
But I can't tell you how many times I take it off the stove too much. It gets sticky, or it's crunchy.
Exactly.
It's actually a kind of hard thing to cook.
No, the secret is that, again, just so you can see the nuts and bolts of this, you fill the water up until you see the grid line here.
Okay.
Then you have an insert, right? Okay. And that insert basically is 1 to 1. So this is a 2-cupper. So we'll go 1, we'll go 2.
Do you
I mean,
rinse
talk
your
about
rice?
the form factor. How cool is this? You know, in modern technology, the way they mill rice now, you don't need to rinse it that often. I actually, dirty little secret, modern rice, you don't need to rinse.
I did, yeah, because I didn't know what the answer was to that.
Nope, but my grandma would say, how dare you, Jet? You're in big trouble. Yeah.
Okay, but you really don't need to.
Exactly, you really don't need to. And this is what it looks like after 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes rice. Check this out. You lift out the top, and it just pops right out. And then I'm gonna fluff this rice, show you how perfect that is. I'm gonna lift it up and look at that. Now, how do you know perfect rice? Each grain is perfectly identifiable. There's no stickiness to it. That is perfect rice.
Mine always is burnt on the bottom.
And you won't ever have that problem. Mine,
You're laughing at all my things I do, but it's true. Yeah, I love the perfect rice because I love rice. And rice is like, to me, I don't eat a ton of bread, but I love rice. Right. Like I just put it like a stir fry, like everything. That is awesome.
And how about making a bento? We also give you the little lid
to make it little,
and then,
like a lunchbox.
You can just take this as a lunchbox with you. It's good to go.
Oh, genius.
You can make meals in here. We're not done. We're not just making rice with this. It's also a fantastic steamer. It's a fantastic warmer. It's a fantastic cooker. How about some sweet and sour pork? Sweet and sour pork. So basically use this to reheat, to cook things. This, you know, big chef word. To therm it, to cook it, to rewarm it. So I brought to work
so if you didn't want to
rice.
microwave something, you could put leftovers in it and just push it.
Yeah, and not everyone loves the microwave, right? And you know, I'm totally cool with it. But I have my perfectly cooked rice, and we showed you how to do that, right? And I have my perfectly warmed sweet and sour pork, and I've got a perfect entree for lunch, for a snack. And what I like to do is save half there. Then I'll put the rice back in this lunchbox, and then I've taken this to work. I send my kids to school with this, and they're ready for lunch. Look at that, the perfect little lunchbox right there, with your little airtight lid. Oh, and it has like a little. To go.
A little, is that button do like the air, takes the air out of it?
Yeah, it takes all the air out of it.
Very
exactly
cool.
Right. And then we play this game called Tracy. What did Tracy cook?
I don't know. Yeah, what did Tracy cook?
Yeah. So that's in there. So that's here. We put the little button on, and that's how you turn it on right there. I don't want to tip it up. So
how do you know? How do you set a timer, or how does that?
The lovely thing is because you're using steam, right? In about 20 to 22 minutes, you know the rice can be done. Let's say you leave it a little longer, it evaporates up. You're not going to burn the rice.
Because you're literally steaming the rice.
That's exactly right. You don't have some hot element there. And I'm going to show you all the other things you could do with this. Pretty incredible. And it's very simple, right? You lift the 2 side lids. That lid comes right up. How about a little bit of, you know,
steamed bread?
Yeah, monkey bread, but savory monkey bread, right? So this is going to be rosemary and butter. That's ready to go. And then moving on. Again, it works really great to cook things. Water boils at 212 degrees. Yeah. Just remember that. So you're using that. So how about a little bake? How about a little enchilada bake? Yeah. Right there. I think the cool part of it is showing the ooey gooiness of all this. So look at that right in there. Yum, cheesy enchilada bake. I want this. This is gonna be my lunch, okay, guys? So right
so nobody take it.
Yeah. 5:01. This is what Jet's gonna eat. All right. And then you could actually make composed meals with it, which was what I love. So I showed you rice. I showed you extended protein separately. Let's do it all together.
Okay.
So how about this is you can buy this seasoned rice from the store. You guys know the brands. It already has all the seasoning in it. And then you can buy, or this is your leftover chicken breast, right? Or from the rotisserie that, let's say I get a rotisserie once a week. So I've got the rice, which is already seasoned. I've got the chicken, and I'm adding a few olives. So how about like a little Spanish chicken and rice?
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit of water. I'm gonna put water inside here. And remember, I need to add water to cook it as well. And there's a little level indicator to tell you how high to put the water in. I'm just meeting up those grids on top. And right when I meet those grids up, I'm good to go. This is all set up in there. I'm gonna close it up, turn it on. This is the coolest rice cooker on the market. The shape is cool. You know what? The test is if my kids love it, that means I've done a good job.
Well,
right?
I was going to say, when you mentioned the shape, I think about how important real estate is on your countertop, and how it's almost like a tiny loaf of bread size, if you're trying to like guess. So the other thing is you can leave it on your counter like this.
Yeah.
Right? So it's maybe taking up the same footprint as like a salt shaker.
Right.
Because you could just do it that way as well as this way, as opposed to like a big giant bowl rice cooker, like you'd be like, okay, you're going to have to take it out and then put it back. Whereas this, however you have it, you could leave it on the counter all the time.
Round is not an efficient shape for the kitchen.
Round
is not.
You're right about that.
Right?
You're right about
and
that.
then when you take the cord out of it, you could actually store the cord in the rice cooker.
Oh,
so you could
that's
take
smart.
it. Those of us that are doing like camping or you're doing overlanding, take this with you. It weighs nothing but maybe 2 pounds, and it's the perfect packable kind of camp stove as well.
All right, well, this is the only time it's going to be on air today. This is the first time you've seen it, and we only have about 750 in each color, and that's it for the whole day. The item number is 886567. This is the only rice cooker from Chef Tila. So he, certainly it could bring in anything, and like loves the idea of the bento box. So it's a lunch box as well, and I'm going to pop that out. This is what you're going to take to work, to school, as your lunch box. It has a lid in it, so you could just, you just pop it in the fridge with the lid, and then when you're storing it, you can put the cord in it as well as the measuring cup. You really don't need anything else, and we've never had anything like this either that came with a bento box and, the whole, and I love the shape of it. The shape where you can have it on the counter like this or like this, and it's not going to take, and because it's not taking up that precious real estate.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
22 minutes later, olive rice, yellow rice.
Did you get in a
chicken.
DeLorean? That was pretty, you just pop, there it is.
Wait, I hit, how many miles per hour did we hit?
I think it's 80,
somebody help me
88.
out here. 88 miles an
88
hour.
miles an
and
hour.
look at what we've got. We've got
I
Spanish
just saw the musical the other night, is how I had that locked and loaded. But
and I mean, talk about capacity. You think 2 cups of rice is not a lot. My friends, rice actually expands 3x. So whatever you're making, if you start with 2 cups of rice, you're finishing with 6 cups of rice.
That's like
enough.
arroz con pollo.
It's arroz con pollo, right? Absolutely.
I absolutely love that. And I can't believe how easy, and you're not making like a million dirty dishes either.
No,
it's just
not at all.
And then you actually can bring it to lunch and store it. So it's
steamed cheesy eggs. Right, very good to go. And,
those egg bites that you get at that coffee place are like $1 billion.
This is it right here.
And you can make them, and